Hi guys, today we're going to do some classic Pilates exercises down on the mat. We're going to be moving nice and slowly and deliberately for the whole class. Often doing these exercises slowly is more difficult than doing them quickly because you have no momentum to help you through the exercises. Instead, we'll take that extra moment to really focus on our core, making sure we're in the correct alignment and focusing on the breath. So let's get started. Standing towards the back of your mat, feet about hip distance apart, standing nice and tall. So lift up through the spine. Let's engage the tummy and raise the arms overhead. Then we'll drop the head in line with the arms down towards the mat. Keep breathing deeply into the sides of the lungs as you ragdoll down towards the mat. You can be soft slightly through the back of the knees. No need to stretch to the toes. Just hang in a position that's comfortable for you. We'll take 2 breaths here. And let's slowly restack the spine, one bone at a time. Let's do one more. Arms overhead. Head in line with arms down towards the mat, soft to the back of the knees. Keep breathing nice and slowly and easily. And we'll slowly restack the spine, one bone at a time. And let's just lift the shoulders up and back and down. So let's come to the back of the mat. Again, we'll just lift the arms overhead, drop the arms down towards the mat. Let's walk out onto all fours. Let's drop the bum down to the side and spin around onto our bum. From here, let's just grab behind the knees and slowly lower down to the mat. We're going to bring the feet in a little bit closer to the bum. The feet are flat on the ground, legs are about hip distance apart. We're going to take a breath in to prepare, engage the tummy and lift the upper body off the mat, stretching the hands forward as far as possible and looking down through the legs. Then we're going to count to 100, breathing in for a count of 5 and out for a count of 5 as we pump the arms. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the tummy engaged. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. Try and lift the upper back a little bit further off the mat. Keep the gaze down between the legs. And let's keep the arms moving to get the circulation going. Last one. And let's gently lower the upper body back down to the mat. We're going to do another exercise in this position, so maybe just readjust, make sure your feet are nice and comfortably flat on the mat. Let's engage the tummy and we're going to lift the upper body off the mat, this time taking the hands to the outsides of the knees. We're going to lift the hands up, back and around for 8. So 8, 7, 6. Keep the tummy engaged. Keep the shoulders relaxed. 4. Lift those shoulders a bit higher. 3, 2, 1. And relax the upper body back down to the mat. We'll do one last exercise in this position. Let's lengthen the left leg away a little, just to give us a little bit of space. And we're going to bring the right leg up to a tabletop position. So let's engage the tummy, relax through the shoulders and lift the right leg up to a tabletop position. We're going to imagine that there's a pen or a paintbrush coming straight up out of the knee, and we're going to draw circles on the ceiling with the brush. So let's drop the knee across the body first, then around to the front, out to the side, and back to center. Keeping both hips on the mat at all times, keeping the tummy engaged and keeping the shoulders relaxed. Just make the circles as big as you can while keeping both hips down on the mat. Let's reverse the circle. So this time we're going out wide first, then forward, then across the body and back. Keep the tummy engaged, keep the shoulders relaxed. Breathe deep and easy into the sides of the lungs. And we'll do one more. And let's rest the right foot down to the mat. We'll bring the left foot in to join it, so the left foot is now flat on the mat. We'll slide the right foot out a little bit just to make some space. Let's engage the tummy, take a breath in to prepare, and float the left leg up to a tabletop position. Keeping both hips on the mat, let's draw the circles. So we go across the body first, forward, out to the side, really squeeze into the tummy to keep the body stable. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. That's 2. Just go as far as feels comfortable for you to keep your balance, but do challenge yourself. So maybe the circles get a little bit bigger with each turn. Let's go back the other direction. So this time we go out to the side, forward, across the body, and back. Keep that tummy engaged. Keep breathing deeply into the sides of the lungs, and don't let any tension creep up into the shoulders. We have one more to do. Around, across, and back. Let's rest the foot down to the mat and bring the other foot in to join it. We'll grab the back of the leg and pull ourselves up to a seating position. The next exercise is going to be a spine twist. So sit up in a way that's comfortable for you. I'm going to sit with my legs crossed so I can sit up nice and tall. We're going to cross the hands across the front of the body, and we're going to twist to each side. We're sitting in this position so we keep the hips anchored down into the mat. It's the waist that we're trying to turn, not our arms. So we cross the hands across the body and twist from the waist to each side. So let's prepare. We'll sit up nice and tall, take a breath in to prepare, engage the tummy, and let's twist as far as possible towards the right side. Keep the head in line with the body. It's not the head that we're twisting, it's the waist. So you might find that it's quite a small movement for you. Just twist as far as you can. Keep as upright as possible. Keep the tummy engaged. Let's keep it going. I think that's number 4. So we'll do 4 more. Make sure both hip bones are staying rooted down into the mat. And breathe really deeply into the lungs. We have 2 to go. Right and left and right and left. So let's come around onto our side and come around onto all 4s. Let's step back with the right leg a little and back with the left leg, and we'll lower down to the mat. We're going to bring the hands along the side of the head, beside the shoulders. Legs are about hip distance apart. Point the toes away and try and lengthen down through the legs as if you're pushing the toes away from the body. We're not actually going to lift the legs off the ground, but we're almost going to lift them. We're going to have them so that they feel that they're about to lift off the mat. So we're just engaging through the legs. Let's engage through the tummy and let's lift the upper body off the floor as far as you can comfortably. So the hip bones are staying on the mat. And let's lower back down. Keep engaged through the tummy as you're lifting. And keep breathing deeply into the sides of the lungs. Try and not let any tension come up into the shoulders. So keep the shoulders back and down. Keep both hip bones rooted to the mat. And try and keep those legs engaged so we're working the full body as we're lifting. So we're getting a nice stretch through the spine. We have 3 to go. 1, 2, and 3. And relax. Let's turn over onto our side. We're going to have the legs out long. We're going to rest our head down on our arm with our arm extended out behind. If this position isn't comfortable for you with the arm, find an alternative arm position for yourself, or you could put a towel or a small cushion under your head. Your body is fully straight from head to toe, and we're not leaning neither backwards nor forwards. We're resting on our hip. Place your right hand on the mat in front of you, or your top hand if you're the other way around from me, on the mat in front of you, just to keep yourself stabilized. And we're going to lift the top leg and then the lower leg off the mat. Let's engage through the tummy and keep the rest of the body nice and still. We're just going to hold in this position for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, we're going to lift and lower the upper leg. So the lower leg is going to stay lifted off the mat, and we're just going to lift and lower the upper leg. This should be a challenge to your balance. So your main objective here is to stay stable. So you're not rocking back or forth. And also to get a nice lift through the side of the leg. It's 5, 6, 7, 8. We bring the leg down to meet the lower leg. Now we're going to lower and lift the lower leg. So we're going to bring it down to the mat and back up. Down to the mat and back up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll bring the leg back up. Just try and lift both legs a little bit higher for the last exercise, which is going to be to take the upper leg just up a little bit, and we're going to touch the foot to the mat in front and then behind. And this should be quite a challenge to your balance. So go as slowly as you need, making sure you hold your balance. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the 2 feet together and lower down to the mat. Let's lift ourselves up, swing the legs around, and we'll do the same on the opposite side. So stretch the arm out behind, Rest the ear down on the arm. Body is straight from head to toe. Top arm resting on the mat in front of you, and we're balanced on our hip. We'll lift the top leg and then the lower leg up to meet it. And let's just hold in this position for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here we're going to lift and lower the upper leg. Keep the tummy engaged and keep the body as stable as possible. Lift the leg just as far as is comfortable for you. 5, 6, 7, 8, and we'll lower the leg down. Just try again to lift both legs as high as you can, and now we're going to lower and lift the lower leg. So down to the mat and back up. 2, 3, keep the tummy engaged to keep yourself as stable as possible. You really need that core strength to stop you from toppling over. 6, 7, 8. Again, let's lift both legs a little bit higher off the mat. Let's engage through the tummy, and we're going to tap to the front and tap behind. Just a small movement. Keep the tummy tightly engaged to really squeeze into the tummy to keep yourself as stable as possible. Keep as relaxed as you can through the shoulders. 3 to go. 6, 7, 8. Let's bring the 2 feet together and lower back both down to the mat. From here, we're going to come around onto our front, and we're going to come up to an all-fours position. From here, we're going to go into our plank and push-up. So we're going to step forward with the arms. We're going to bring the 2 legs together. We're going to lift the feet off the mat, and we're going to drop down into a plank position. So just check your position. Your shoulders should be directly over your wrists, and there should be a straight line from your head down through the hips to the knees. So we're just going to hold here for a count of 8. Make sure the tummy is engaged. Make sure you're not letting the hips drop down or that the bum isn't pointed up towards the ceiling. Nice straight line, and we'll count to 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, if you'd like some extra challenge, we're going to do some push-ups. So if you prefer, you can stay in this plank position, but if you feel like the extra challenge, let's do some push-ups. So do a little adjustment if you need to, and we're going to go down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's drop the feet to the floor and sit back into a rest position. So that's it for today. If you have a little bit of time, I have started adding some stretching videos. So there's a 10-minute stretching video that you can tag on to the end of this video. And otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye.